1, the For the People Act. The ballot box is the pulsating heart of our government of, by, and for the people. President Lyndon B. Johnson said, "The vote is the most powerful instrument ever devised by man for breaking down injustice." Think about that, the most powerful instrument ever devised for breaking down injustice. And it's Robert Kennedy who observed that each citizen's right to vote is fundamental to all the other rights of citizenship. You know, the opportunity to cast a ballot is not just an opportunity. It is not simply a responsibility, but it is a right, the right that embodies all it means to a republic in which the power flows from the people. Our nation, however imperfect in the beginning, has worked toward this vision of citizens through the ballot box, driving the vision of our nation for over 200 years, overcoming barrier after barrier. We overcame some of the barriers of race with the 14th and 15th Amendments. We overcame the barriers of gender with the 19th Amendment. We overcame barriers that had denied Native Americans the right to vote with the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924. And we overcame the barriers of Jim Crow with the Voting Rights Act of 1965. But now, as we stand in this chamber, the central right of each citizen's opportunity to participate in the election through the ballot box is again under attack. Right now, as we speak, there are 253 bills in 43 states assaulting the right to vote. These efforts are designed to make it harder for students to vote, for low-income Americans to vote, for Native Americans to vote, for seniors to vote, and most insidiously for Black and brown Americans to vote. And I say most insidiously because blocking access to the ballot has been a massive form of systemic racism throughout our history for Black Americans. But all of us in this chamber have taken an oath to the Constitution. All of us have a responsibility to defend the ballot box. It is our responsibility to knock down the barriers that others would put up to prevent citizens from having the opportunity to participate in our elections. And that is exactly what S1 For the People does in the face of the greatest attack on voting rights in this nation since Jim Crow. This legislation puts the power back where it belongs, in the hands of the people. This bill said if you believe in the vision of our democratic republic, then you believe in voter empowerment, not voter intimidation, not voter obstruction, not voter suppression. This bill says that the people should choose their politicians, not the other way around. Gerrymandering attacks the very notion of equal representation that is so important in the social contract of the citizens with their government. And so, this bill says we'll have an independent commission in each state to draw the boundaries of the districts so that we put an end to partisan gerrymandering. This bill says that government of, by, and for the people means you can't have a stadium sound system turned up to full volume, drowning out the voice of the people. And what is that stadium sound system? It's the dark money, hundreds of millions of dollars of unidentified funds racing and coursing through our elections across this country, doing attack ads with citizens having no idea where that funding is coming from. And that is simply wrong. And this bill says that public servants should work in the public interest, not to line their own pockets, not to serve simply the wealthy or the powerful or the privileged. These points are straightforward. We have been fighting to improve and guarantee the vision of government of, by, and for the people over our entire history. And now, to protect our system of voting, the foundation of our republic, we have to get this bill over the finish line. And we have an extraordinary team working to make that happen. Senators with sturdy, clear ideals and excellent ideas and grit and determination coming together to save our republic. Senator Klobuchar, who will be speaking next, author of several of the key provisions of this bill, including bipartisan provisions, who tomorrow will be chairing the first ever Senate hearing on this landmark legislation. Senator Padilla, who knows exactly what it's like to be a Secretary of State and has been an amazing champion for voter empowerment in his home state. Senator Van Hollen, who led the Empower Act and the Restoring Integrity to America's Elections Act. Senator Whitehouse, who authored the Disclose Act portion of the bill and is a tremendous leader on campaign finance reform. Today, our nation is at a crossroads. Are we going to be a nation for we the people? Or are we going to be a nation for we the powerful? We must pass the For the People Act to save our democracy. As our leader said last week, failure is not an option. So let's get it done, and let's ensure, as Abraham Lincoln declared, that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. I yield to Senator Klobuchar.